Matt, good to see you again.
You too, Kevin.
So what is the story with this little house?
Well, several of us here in historic Ipswich have been restoring first period homes for several years. And we had found a town record of a man who needed a home built for himself in 1657. And we thought to ourselves, let's build that one-room first period home as authentically as we could possibly do this.
And so far as you know, this is what that house would have looked like from the 1650s?
Absolutely. Thatched roof, wooden chimney, wattle and daub with clay. Absolutely.
And small.
It is. It's very small, 12 by 16, yes.
Can we have a look inside?
Absolutely. It's a timber framed home, and it's all 100% authentic. They were basically built with two different types of parts. One are hewn timbers. This is a gunstock post, or more properly called is an English tying joint.
Okay.
And all the main joints of the major timbers are all wooden pegged. Just like you would maybe a piece of furniture, fine furniture.
And would you guys have done that by hand yourselves?
Oh yeah, everything with an English broadaxe, just like they would have done in 1657.
Wow.
This is made from an up and down water saw. There's a few left in the country, including the sheathing boards and the floorboards as well. And you can see the cuts in them.
I mean, they're huge. They got to be, I mean, these are 18, some of these like 20 inches wide.
These are cut from trees that are a couple 100 feet high. Absolutely, yeah.
Very authentic.
Yep. And over here we've got ourselves a wooden chimney. The people of less wealth might have had a wooden chimney rather than a brick chimney.
Well, I wouldn't think a wooden chimney would last that long before it burned down.
Well, it takes some practice to not do that, but this is covered with clay, and clay would bake on with the fire just like you would have a clay pot. Yep, and it's wattle and daub below to hold the clay in.
So you just pack this in sort of by hand on top of something?
It's an enormous amount of work, and it's all done by hand.
And it's wide open, so I guess in a rainstorm, you're going to get some rain down through this chimney.
Yeah, it would take maintenance every single year to keep up with it. Yep. The last thing I'd like to show you in the house is the root cellar.
Okay, I'm going to get down here.
Well, in the cellar, they would use that to keep their vegetables and dairy. It's cool in the summer and it's warm in the winter.
So you guys built the house by hand? You dig this by hand?
100%. Everything's authentic.
That's awesome. And the roof, which I really want to see, you did that by hand too?
Absolutely.
Let's check that out.
So Kevin, this is Matt Diana.
Sure.
He's the man who made the newel posts for our Belmont project.
Good to see you again, Matt.
You too.
So you're thatching for us, this project, huh?
That's right, that's right.
So answer this for me. Why thatch?
Why thatch? Well, in this part of the state, you know, the settlers came from England, and that was their primary roof covering in England. Another reason is we're about a mile from the ocean, and Phragmites is abundant. So it's a kind of primary source for getting material in 1657.
Makes sense, right? If
Yeah.
you got it, use it.
Exactly.
Seems kind of a complicated process. Walk me through sort of where you start. I'm seeing a little bit of a roof frame there, right?
That's right, that's right. So what we have here, here's your traditional rafters and your lath work. And what you'll do is lay out this first layer of thin thatch, and what that's going to act as a barrier for this filler material. And what this filler material is either hay, grass clippings, whatever they had. Usually it's a little more dry than this, but what it does is it gives her a little bit of depth. And what we're going to do is cinch all the thatch down, and it creates a little bit of a spring effect to help hold everything in place.
Okay.
And then after that, you put your finished thatch.
So let's see this bundle go on. I'd love to see this process in terms of...
Sure.
Got a real bundle tied up.
Yep, get it tightened up, straightened out. And so when you're ready to put it on, just kind of lay it in place where you want to go.
Yeah.
And you'll take these items, which is called a crook.
A crook.
And what you do is just shove it right in there.
Yep.
And the depth of the thatch will hold it in place.
Nice.
And so what you do, you lay out a certain amount, and what we're going to do is take a maple stick that's been split in half.
So where am I going with this?
Right across here.
Yep.
Right about call it the exposure line.
Okay.
Take your crook, hook it around, and jam it right down in there.
Oh, so that's just going to kind of pin it in place?
Exactly.
All right, but we still got these big gaps here between each one of these bundles.
That's right. So what the stick is going to do is create some friction on these bundles.
Yep.
And at this point, we take a knife and we break open these bundles, maybe about 2 at a time.
Yes.
You don't want to do too many or you're going to lose everything. And so you can hold those down, take your stick, really cinch that down, and once you get it all spread out nice and even, we're going to take a needle and some thread.
You got to be kidding me. We're going to stitch this roof together.
You're going to stitch it onto the roof.
So where am I stitching to? I'm going through the layers of thatch?
Right back down to the lath.
No
And then come back out
kidding.
the other side, cinch it down. And what you can see, we've done it right here. and it creates a good tight cinch point.
All right, so explain the benefits of a thatch roof. I mean, how long is this going to last?
Well, the thatch itself will last hundreds of years. There's examples in Europe, 600-700 years old.
Wow.
And the weak point in the system is the twine and the fasteners. The twine will deteriorate. Historically, they might dip them in tar, pine tar. Nowadays, if you wanted to do this, I'm sure you can use wire. It'll last a lot longer.
All right.
As long as you upkeep on that, you'll have a pretty good roof.
So thatch gave way to the wooden shingle?
That's right.
Wow, and so there we are just across the way using cedar wooden shingles on our roof. So things have not changed that much since the late 1650s.
Yeah, it's the same concept, just different material.
Beautiful. Well, I appreciate the lesson. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Kevin.
Terrific. Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.